This is Marie. She has taken some merchandise over like the past year, I would say. And we've got that merchandise here.
Somebody called and said the dog's biting people?
He is.
Okay. Where's the people that got bit?
We're going to get medics to check you out, okay?
I'm fine. I was just protecting myself.
Okay.
3 body cameras, 3 different scenes, 3 different states. But all 3 start with the same line almost everyone has thought at least once in their life. I didn't do anything wrong. A store employee gets arrested over a water bottle that never held water. A woman calls herself the victim, but she's the one who ends up in handcuffs. And a dog bites people at a Walmart, but the person who gets arrested isn't arrested for the dog. 3 body cam cases. 3 times entitled meets police. And in all 3, the moment that decides each person's fate isn't the first thing they did wrong. It's how they reacted right after.
Hello. All right. So, big picture.
No problem.
This is Marie. She has taken some merchandise over like the past year, I would say.
April 23rd, 2025. A Hollister store in Boca Raton, Florida. A store manager is standing in front of a police officer, keeping his voice steady, about to explain what his 21-year-old employee has been doing. The same employee who just personally carried a bag of merchandise back into the store to return it. She has no idea where this conversation is about to go. And over the next 15 minutes, both she and everyone watching this footage are going to find out exactly how thin the line is between a mistake you can still fix and a felony record. Before a single police officer showed up, Marie had already sat down with the store manager and loss prevention and written out a full statement. This is the single most important detail in the entire case, even though at first glance it looks like nothing more than internal paperwork.
And we've got that merchandise here. She was nice enough to bring it back to us today. She never more.
This whole pile?
Yes, sir. So it's 26 items valued at $757. She never more.
This whole pile?
Yes, sir. So it's 26 items valued at $750.70 before tax. However, it is under in each separate occasion. She never took this all. Like, this is over an extended period of time. So if you guys wanted to go about it for a theft, then you can. I understand the state law, so if you guys need to handle it a different way, I understand as well. She did write us a statement explaining like what happened and like the why she took it, but there is other stuff she was unable to return, which the company will not prosecute on that because we don't have the merch. But
notice what the manager just said. The company has every right to simply not call the police. In most U.S. states, employee theft starts out as a civil matter, not a criminal one. A store can fire someone, ban them, or pursue restitution without a criminal case ever existing. The fact that this became a felony case was a deliberate choice by the company, not an automatic consequence of the act itself. Right after that, the manager hands Marie a different piece of paper, not a police report, but a trespass form.
We've been conducting an investigation.
Okay. Let me just read this real quick, and then your name is Marie? All right, I will talk to you just in a second.
In the meantime, I'm just going to have her fill out our company trespass form. So like this is the one I was talking about for 2 years, no coming into the Abercrombies or Hollisters. Just fill this out. Are hereby trespassed from all Abercrombie and Fitch properties, including Abercrombie and Hollister for 2 years. If you agree to that, please just sign.
This is a civil document signed with the company. It has nothing to do with Marie's rights under criminal law, but it's handed over and signed before she has received a single legal warning of any kind. This is exactly where internal procedure and criminal process start to blur into each other, and it's exactly where a person's rights are the easiest to lose track of.
Okay, you can have a seat. All right, so I'm going to just read you your Miranda warnings, okay, because obviously you're not free to go, and I got some questions for you. You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. Any statement you make must be freely and voluntarily given. Any statement can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand everything that I've explained to you?
Yes.
Okay. So I see that you've already written out a statement. Is that statement accurate, what you provided to your manager over here?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the legal paradox at the heart of the whole case. Her Miranda rights were only read to her after the most important document in the case, a detailed, itemized confession, had already been written and was sitting in the company's hands. Legally, Miranda only kicks in when questioning comes from a government actor while someone is in custody. A conversation with your own employer's loss prevention team, no matter how much pressure is actually involved, simply doesn't fall under that protection.
The stuff that you weren't able to retrieve, why weren't you able to?
I'm here for college, but my hometown is Orlando, so that's like, it's just at my house.
So the remainder of the items that aren't here today that you returned are like at your house?
Copy South Florida, South Carolina tag.
And how did they find out that you
I
were
have
doing?
a camera.
Foxtrot Whiskey Sierra
Okay, and then
934 FWS.
did they call you in
934,
today?
W Blue
And-
I just
BMW.
worked today, so I just came in
And what did they tell you today? Loss prevention, what did they talk to you about today? Was this your first time hearing about this, or?
yeah,
Okay, and what did they say to you today?
they just told me to sit down and we started talking about loss prevention and that they know I've been stealing and that
And this statement that you wrote was voluntarily on your own?
I mean, it was guided, but it's all true and like, I would have said that.
When you say guided, what do you mean?
Like, he asked me questions kind of in like a template format, like, okay, the first thing you want to write is your name, how long
Oh, so just kind of explaining how like the statement goes?
yeah.
Okay, but everything that you wrote,
I
done voluntarily, correct?
Guided but voluntary. It sounds harmless enough, but this is exactly the kind of answer that makes a defense attorney read a file twice. A confession built line by line in a template format by the very party that's collecting evidence to hand over to police. Courts still generally treat that as voluntary, as long as there's no physical coercion involved. It's one of the biggest blind spots in American criminal procedure that almost nobody knows about. And here's the detail that turned this from a careless employee into a deliberate, repeated method in a prosecutor's eyes.
Okay, and it says that when you were stealing stuff, you would use like a water bottle or something?
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
I have like a thermal water bottle, so you can't see through it. So I'll just like put stuff in there.
You would put it in the water bottle. How big is a water bottle?
It's like a 24-ounce hydro flask. Like, it's kind of thin.
Okay, and each time, was it always that with that, or were there other methods in how you do things?
That or just wearing stuff under my clothes.
Okay. Approximately, do you know how many items that you've stolen in the store?
50 something.
Okay, and in total value, could you estimate how much that was?
We estimated it out to about 1,500, I think. Just
Okay.
under 15.
If Marie had simply tried something on and forgotten to take it off, that's carelessness. But choosing a container specifically because you can't see through it, that's evidence of premeditation. And it's exactly the detail that lets a prosecutor build organized fraud into the charges instead of simple theft. After that, the officer spends time asking about motive, not to pile on more charges, but as standard interview procedure goes, to establish just how deliberate and repeated the behavior really was.
Okay. Just kind of going through your statement here. So items like black leggings, bikini tops, white bikinis, swimwear. Is there any particular reason why you're stealing all these things?
To not have to pay for them. Some things were for friends.
Okay.
A short answer, but an important one. Some things were for friends immediately pushes the case outside the category of personal need. It introduces an element of distribution, however small, and it's exactly the kind of detail a prosecutor can use to argue intent. This is the moment the officer says out loud, plainly, something not every officer bothers to spell out. The two directions this could go. and the exact line between them.
Do you have anything else that you want to add to the statement? Or anything that you think is important for later on? I know it says in here that you're apologetic and stuff, but unfortunately they do want to prosecute, so we do have to go through that process. I'll kind of explain to you where we go from here afterwards, but being that it's a little over $700, $750, unfortunately you'll probably have to go take the ride today to jail, okay?
$750. In Florida, that's the exact legal threshold separating a misdemeanor, petite theft, from a felony, grand theft. Marie didn't cross that line in one reckless moment. She crossed it through the cumulative math of dozens of smaller moments, each one seemingly too small to matter on its own. Right after that, the officer shifts into a completely different role, no longer law enforcement, but someone trying to pass on a life lesson, even though nothing about that is actually part of his job.
Okay. Look, this ain't the end of the world, right? So you're being charged with it, right? You go through the court process. You go through the whole ordeal. You might be able to get this corrected, depending on what the judge sees, and obviously you're a student and stuff. Just take this as a life lesson learned, right? You seem like a great kid, made some bad decisions, and you're in this position now, right? You have nobody else but to blame but yourself, unfortunately. Sometimes when it seems too good to be true, like I'm sure the first few items were like, oh wow, it's easy, right? I kept on going. There's a reason why people get caught. There's a reason why there's police officers. People get caught all the time because it goes on forever. But this is not bad because there's other people that steal more valuable things, and they're probably looking at a little bit longer, sentences and things like that because they do it so often. They get caught so often. Again, you seem like a great kid. You just made a stupid decision, and hopefully this ends here. I'm sure your parents are gonna be pissed, and you're 21. You don't have to tell them, but you're getting arrested. You're probably gonna need a lawyer and stuff, when you go to court.
No law textbook writes out this mechanism, but almost every drawn-out theft case follows the exact same trajectory. The behavior doesn't stop because greed gets satisfied. It stops when someone else finally notices. The next question the officer asks proves it in Marie's own words.
But again, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't get a phone call. Right? You've been cooperative. You're not, give us a hard time. Again, we're just doing our jobs at the end of the day. So I don't see why not. And when was the last time you stole something? Yesterday?
Yeah, and before that it was like a while.
Okay. And obviously it's what's done is done, but like, what made you think it was a good idea?
Just like, oh, I could save the money and then not getting caught after the first couple of times. I'm like, oh, I could really save money from doing it.
Not getting caught after the first couple of times. This is the single most important answer in the entire interview, even though it carries no legal weight whatsoever. It shows the behavior didn't stop because Marie recognized it was wrong. It kept going because every time it worked, it reinforced a false sense of safety. As of yesterday, one single day before she was caught, it still hadn't stopped. Before Marie has walked out, there's one small but mandatory rule this footage makes very visible.
So right now I'm just waiting for a female officer to get here because they gotta search you. We're not allowed to.
Okay.
And then I'll walk you out to my car. We'll try and do the paperwork and get you up there as soon as you can. That way you can get out in the morning, okay?
This isn't a courtesy. It's an almost universally mandatory procedure at U.S. police departments. A search of a suspect has to be conducted by an officer of the same sex. It's a small detail, but it's one of the very few personal rights that gets enforced without exception during an arrest, no matter how serious the charges are.
You want to do me a favor, just standing up?
Yeah.
Face that way?
Got some of the pedigree information.
You have anything that's going to poke me, stick me, or cut me? Do me a favor, spread your feet apart.
A 24-ounce water bottle. A statement written before she was ever warned about her right to remain silent. a $750 threshold she didn't cross in one leap, but through dozens of separate crossings that added up. Maria Vallis was ultimately charged with 2 felonies, grand theft and organized fraud under $20,000, charges that match exactly what the behavior actually was. Not a single impulsive moment, but a system repeated for almost 2 years. If there's one thing worth taking away from this case, it isn't a story about a, quote, bad person. It's a reminder that the line between a mistake you can still walk back and a permanent criminal record is sometimes no wider than the mouth of a water bottle. And that what actually gets people across that line is never one big decision. It's a long string of small ones, each of them feeling every single time like it might be the last.
We're gonna get medics to check you out, okay?
I'm fine. I was just protecting myself.
Okay. Okay, just hold on.
Can you test her for a DUI?
Okay, why don't you just put that down for a second?
This is not mine.
That's fine. Can you just put them both
There's
down?
a third one in her bag.
Okay.
The law officer's here. He's trying
4205, can you be 51 over here? I'm 1012 with 2 now.
Okay, you gotta give me that, man. We mean it's an emergency.
They need to open the door. She's not responding. There's blood.
She's not responding?
Yes. Nobody's opening the door. We need to get in.
4203, you need a different code 10. I'm responsible female locked in a room, apparently, according to witnesses.
I didn't want to open it just in case.
No?
August 23rd, 2022. Police get an emergency call about an assault at an apartment complex. The moment they arrive, they hear something alarming. There may be a woman unconscious, locked in a room, not responding to anyone. But what the officers are about to find behind that door is going to be nothing like what they expected. And the person they assume is the victim is not the one who ends up in handcuffs. A few minutes before police arrived, a man walked out of the building covered in blood. Not blood he'd caused someone else, but blood from wounds on his own arms. That's the image that sent a neighbor into a panic and dialed 911, convinced they just witnessed a homicide.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay.
Been better? Yeah. Do you need medics?
No, they talked to me.
What's her name?
Trina.
It's women.
Hey, Katrina. Who's Kennedy? Is that your other roommate?
Yeah.
Is she inside the apartment?
I don't know.
You said that's the person that left in the vehicle, right? Yeah, white Lexus.
Fire saw her leaving white Lexus.
White Lexus were over the black hood, pulled out right behind you, Liberty pulled in.
See, look at all of them.
I'm so confused. I got people are telling me there's an unresponsive female, and I get up there and they're like, oh, we just assumed that she's not responding.
Right from that first sentence, the witness account already contradicts itself. Nobody actually saw an unconscious woman. They just assumed. This is the first key detail. A domestic violence scene is often built out of a chain of assumptions stacked on top of each other, not a single confirmed fact. The woman at the center of the story, Katrina, is fully conscious and screaming. She immediately identifies herself as the victim.
Do you need medical attention at all?
No.
Do you have any cuts or anything on you? No.
He's abusive.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna wait.
And he's trying to sit there and claim those are mine so he can get away with abusing me, but my face hurts from him punching me in it.
I haven't touched her.
Listen, we aren't gonna argue right now. Just wait right there for a second.
We're down to get her off.
He threw me down and got thrown down back.
This is exactly the moment that decides the direction of the entire case. Not the accusation itself, but what happens right after it. The officers don't just take this statement as settled fact. They keep questioning both sides, and they start cross-referencing it against the physical evidence on each person's body. Officers separate the two of them, and at the same time reach out to a roommate named Kennedy, who left the scene in a white Lexus right before police showed up.
Kennedy, Cape Coral Police Department. Can you just go there for a minute?
I honestly think she might just be unconscious because she's not answering me or anything.
So who was in the car that left?
Kennedy.
Who's Kennedy?
She
She's
left.
providing him with the alcohol.
No. She dropped me off and left.
Cape Coral Police Department, Kennedy.
He's abusive. Do not let him lie. He beat the shit out of my mom and went to jail.
Hey,
Don't let him lie.
Stop.
Alcohol, a day at the beach, a 20-year-old roommate who leaves the scene right before police arrive. None of these details prove who's right or wrong, but they give officers a fuller picture. This isn't some random, isolated attack out of nowhere. It's the boiling over point of a night that already had alcohol and built up tension behind it. And here's the real trigger, and it's nothing dramatic at all.
Normally, if that guy didn't say anything to me and I knocked, I would have given up and just gone home. But then he said stuff about blood and stuff.
So has there been times she's done this to you?
No, but I'm just saying, if she did, I would have left. Like after a certain point.
What did the Kennedys do?
My neighbor.
Why was he mad though?
Because he wanted me to be home with the puppy instead of being home having fun. He wanted me to immediately take home the dog, open it, do all this stuff for it. When
So he was upset that you went out with Kennedy?
Yeah, instead of taking the dog home.
Okay, so you guys started arguing?
Yeah, so I started arguing. He punched me in the face. It hurt super bad.
So he randomly just punched you in the
face?
A 2-month-old puppy. That was the entire spark. Most domestic violence incidents don't start with something huge. They start with a small disagreement, plus alcohol, plus a relationship that was already fraying underneath. When officers ask more about the bite marks and scratches all over the boyfriend's body, Katrina's answer starts to reveal a different side of the story.
Why does he have bite marks and scratches over him? How did that happen?
Because we argued and because I brought him to the ground after we argued, but that was because after he hit me.
So he hit you first. Where? On your eye? You mind if I feel it?
Yeah, feel it because it hurts. It's right up here.
Alright.
When he's
So he was upset that you went out with Kennedy?
Yeah, instead of taking the dog home.
Okay, so you guys started arguing?
Yeah, so I started arguing. He punched me in the face. It hurt super bad.
So he randomly just punched you in the face?
Yeah, he punched me in the face.
Okay, and then how did he get all those scratches and everything?
I started scratching him back. I started telling him to stop scratching me.
He was scratching you?
Yeah, he was scratching me. And
Okay.
I started telling him to get off of me because he's done this before. I've seen him beat my mom. And I don't want this happening.
Okay.
Like, I saw him actually beat my mom, and I saw my mom screaming, "Call the cops! Call the cops!" So it's not fair when I actually take her side against the dog.
So did this all happen in the living room, the bedroom?
The living room.
Okay. All right, and after you guys were physical with each other, what
I
happened?
ran downstairs and started screaming for the cops, and you all came and all
Okay,
this
so
stuff.
you left the apartment and started screaming for help?
Yeah.
Okay, and where was he during that time?
I think he was still in the apartment.
Okay.
Katrina doesn't deny biting and scratching her boyfriend. She just insists it was self-defense after being hit first. But this is exactly where the physical evidence starts speaking for itself. When officers check her body for injuries, they find one thing, and only one thing.
Do you have any actual injuries?
She?
Yeah.
She said her head hurts, but when I asked her if she had injuries, she said no, and then medics got over it, and she said her head hurts.
Okay, so I thought you said that he dragged you.
Yeah, he dragged me out of the apartment.
Okay, so then what? Was that the first thing he did that was physical? Okay.
Yeah, he dragged me out of the apartments, and I stood up and we argued an altercation. Like, whatever, and then I started screaming to the neighbors, and all this stuff started happening. Like, I can't remember exactly what happened because it was so
Okay. I'm going to talk to your dad one more time, okay?
It was super scary, but I tried to run down the apartments and started telling them about how he hit my mom and how he's abusive, how he will actually hit them, and he's not scared to hit people because he hit my mom, he hit my sister.
Okay.
Okay, hold on a second here. So we got both parties involved in the original disturbance over there.
So apparently,
And then that girl over there was drinking supposedly with this girl at the beach today.
yes.
What I need to know is how do we know that she's not responsive? Where do we get this information from?
So they assumed that because he came down the stairs bloody, they thought, oh, he did something to her.
Oh,
And then he came down and asked, like, do you know her? And I like, basically she wasn't there when he knocked.
yes, he said he came here to tell her to stop getting her alcohol.
Yeah, so they assumed that he might have done something to her, correct? Am I wrong in assuming that? Yeah, so.
Okay.
He'll hit me at any second whenever I raise my voice or anything. He'll just...
So...
And what I tried to do was get her off me. Because literally when she bites, she clamps down on me.
I didn't
Okay?
see that before. Can you roll your sleeves up a little bit so I can get another picture?
Okay. This is what happened.
Yes. And just hold them out kind of like this. Perfect.
There's no battering going on. You don't see any marks on her.
She does have a mark by her eye. I'm not sure if that happened.
Well, you know what? She was biting me so hard that I tried to get her off me. Like, you ever see somebody like stuck on you?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to get her down, and I think I fell on her. So I might have conked her.
Okay.
You know, I didn't conk her with my fists. I was just trying to get her off, and then when I got her off, I got out of there.
One small injury near her eye compared to a whole set of deep bite marks and scratches on her boyfriend's arms. This gets at a core principle in U.S. domestic violence investigations, known as identifying the primary aggressor. Officers don't decide based on who spoke up first, who's crying harder, or who called 911 first. They base it on the severity and nature of the injuries on each person's body to figure out who actually started the violence. While giving her statement, Katrina keeps circling back to a different memory. Not tonight, but something from her past.
So first of all, I went to come here and confront from my apartment, and he followed me downstairs talking about how he's gonna hit me and all this stuff. Like, obviously I can't, because I can't like remember everything because I've been so stressed out and there's all these pups and I'm super nervous. But I was just on the phone with my mom and I want her to come here and I want her to come talk to you because she will tell you, because I'm super understand, and I've watched my dad beat my mom, I've watched my dad beat me, I've watched my dad beat the neighbors, and I've watched the neighbors hate my dad because he's abusive.
Okay.
He's actually abusive, and he's gonna sit here and try and swear he's not, but he actually is, and that's why my mom divorced him. And I'm just, I can't even remember what he said because I'm so upset because of everything that happened, and I just want to talk to him and have him come here and come vouch for me and come say what
take a breath. Take a breath.
This is the most painful detail in the entire case, and also the easiest one to misread if you don't separate it out clearly. Katrina is talking about her father here, not her boyfriend. But the way she keeps weaving that trauma into her statement, whether it's a genuine trauma response or, consciously or not, an attempt to get the listener to see her boyfriend through the lens of an abuser she already knows, is something officers are trained to pull apart. The truth of a past trauma is not, on its own, evidence for a present-day accusation. After weighing both statements, the injury photos, and both sides' accounts, the officers reach a conclusion.
All right, Katrina. So I'm going to be upfront with you, okay? Based on the investigation, I'm going to place you under arrest, all right, for battery, all right, against child. What I need you to do is turn around and put your hand behind your back.
This is the moment that completely flips the initial assumption at the scene. The woman presumed to be the victim, the one who spoke up first, is the one being handcuffed.
Just stay like that for me, okay? I'll be able to explain anything that you need explaining.
You haven't really actually talked to him.
We did talk to him.
But he's a liar.
It's based on the totality of the circumstances, based on the injuries that he has and the stories that he's saying, the events. His story is okay. Okay, if that's what you think.
I'll take him to court.
Okay. That's your right. All right. This officer here is going to search you, but I'm going to walk you over to our car first, okay?
Right after that, another woman, apparently Katrina's mother, arrives and pushes back hard, repeating the same line over and over.
I'm very super abusive. I want to talk to him and at least get a face-to-face with him, because once you walk him over here and have a face-to-face with him, you'll see how much he's lying. I promise. You'll see how much he's lying, because it's not fair. If he talks to me face-to-face and sees when he punched me in the face and all this stuff, he'll understand what he did.
It's one thing if you're an 18-year-old having fun, but when you're an 18-year-old and you've got 4 arrests and you've got this continual, I mean, we won't even go over the job situations, the way she's quit her jobs. It's just, it's probably in the last 2 months, 6 of them.
Don't believe him, he lies. Don't believe him, he's a liar.
Right
He's
here?
a liar. He's He's a liar.
What's your name?
He lies and he beats women, and I watch him beat my mom with my own
Understand everything you said. I'm gonna put in.
watch him beat my mom.
All right, give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute.
A mother defending her daughter, that's completely understandable. But it also illustrates exactly why the primary aggressor determination process exists in the first place. If police base decisions purely on who has more people standing behind them or whose story sounds more sympathetic, justice would always tilt toward whoever's voice is loudest, not whoever's actually right. A bottle of alcohol at the beach, a 2-month-old puppy left alone, a man running out of an apartment with bite marks all over his arms, and a woman with nothing more than one small scratch near her eye. Katrina was arrested on a battery charge, not because she was the one who called 911, not because she cried first, but because the physical evidence on both of their bodies told a completely different story than the one she told out loud. If Maria Vallis's case showed just how thin the line is between a mistake and a felony, this case shows something even harder to sit with. In a conflict, the person who speaks first, cries the loudest, or looks the most hurt in front of a camera isn't automatically the one who's right. And that's exactly why officers are trained to trust the wounds on someone's skin over the volume of an accusation.
What's going on today? Somebody called and said the dog's biting people?
April 9th, 2025. A Walmart parking lot in Orlando, Florida. Police get a call about a dog attacking people passing by. From the very first second, the dog's owner, an unidentified woman, isn't cooperating. The officer is trying to get her to stay still, for both their safety, but her response pushes the situation to an entirely different level of tension.
Okay. Hey. Who did your dog bite?
Somebody.
Okay. Hold the dog with your both hands on the leash, please. What?
Why?
Because I said so. If your dog comes at me and tries to bite me, I'm going to kill it.
You're going to kill my dog.
If it comes at me and bites me.
You're going to kill my dog.
Do I speak another language that you don't understand?
So.
Legally, this is a completely valid warning, not a threat. Police are allowed to use reasonable force, even against an animal, if it poses a direct threat to their life or the safety of people nearby. But the dog's owner hears it as a personal insult, and that's exactly where the whole chain of resistance that follows begins. Meanwhile, the actual victim of this incident is still standing there, trying to be heard.
Okay, I'll be with you in a little bit, okay?
All I said is you better have.
Who got bit? Who got bit?
Two people already.
Okay.
Another gentleman in the store.
Okay. Where'd you get bit, sir?
I got the video.
Okay.
I got bit in this.
Okay, do you want an ambulance? Do you want an ambulance, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to file a report too.
Okay, you can do that with Animal Services, okay?
You can't file a report?
We don't do that. That's Animal Services that'll handle that.
I was attacked.
What's that?
I was attacked. Send a video to me.
This is the single most important legal detail in the entire case, even though it sounds like a minor administrative technicality. In the U.S., police are not the agency that handles dog bite incidents. That falls under animal control, a completely separate administrative branch that deals with quarantining the animal, rabies checks, and citing the owner. The officers are here to keep the scene under control until the right agency shows up, not to investigate the bite itself. While waiting for Animal Services, the dog's owner keeps leaving her designated spot, despite the officer repeating the instruction multiple times.
What y'all finna do with me?
Stay in the center of the mulch with the dog. You're here with the dog, right?
Duh, don't you see my
So
dog?
you're stuck here with the dog, so stand right there.
Girl, I don't give a
Stand in the middle of the mulch with the dog.
This is exactly where her string of behavior starts to separate itself from the original incident. The dog is no longer the focus. Refusing to follow a lawful order from police is what's now being documented second by second.
Let's go.
I told you to stay over here.
And I told you to stay right there.
Man, you understand you're not.
I understand everything.
Good, very good. Thank you. So you'll know to just stand right over here.
And I know you
Thanks,
better
appreciate it.
get back.
I don't think you want to play with me.
Yeah, I don't think you want to go down that road.
And right after that, she leaves her spot again, forcing the officers to go after her.
Perfect. You stay in the most. Man, come on. Where are you going? Holy shit. Alright, so we gotta freaking grab her.
Yeah, I don't
when
want to grab the dog.
when he grabs the dog.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Hey,
Hey,
come back. Where are you going?
where are you going?
Where are you going?
Where?
I told you to stand here.
And I told you to stand here.
We're not doing that.
And we're not doing it.
Hey, look at me right now. Keep your dog there. You stay right there. All right? That's all.
3 times leaving her spot, 3 times being told to stop. This isn't a random one-off anymore. It's a repeated pattern, and under U.S. law, that pattern has a very specific name. When the dog, named Draco, starts pulling at the leash and lunging toward the shoes she just kicked off, the situation forces the officers to step in directly.
That's all we're doing.
Don't touch
All right.
him. Don't touch him.
All right.
Don't touch him.
You got it?
Don't touch him.
Stop.
Hey.
Put your hands behind your
All
back
right.
until we get this sorted out.
All
Got
right.
your shit.
Yeah.
Lighten up.
Okay.
I got it. We're good. Got it?
Yeah.
Got it?
You better move back. Back.
On her belt.
Back.
Yeah.
Drake. Get back. Draco. Draco. Draco.
Undo this.
Draco. Draco. Draco.
Stay here.
Draco. Draco.
No, it's around her waist.
Draco. Draco. Get.
Who's got a knife or scissors? I got some. We're just gonna go this way.
There you go.
I'm gonna have to hold this. Go. Can you cut it?
The leash or the rope?
Just cut the whole thing.
Officers have to cut the leash just to get control of both the dog and the situation. A pretty fitting image for the whole incident. By this point, nobody at the scene is really in control of anything, including the dog's owner. After she's placed in the patrol car, she keeps refusing to give her personal information. And when asked one standard procedural question, her response reveals something else entirely.
Ma'am, quick question for you.
No. See.
Are you diagnosed with any mental illnesses?
See. You see me, bitch? Do I see you? Yes. See.
Are you diagnosed with any mental illnesses?
See.
Have you had anything to drink today?
See, bitch. Z.
What
You
is
see a
Z?
Z? A Z. That means Z and Z away from me. That's what that means. Z. Bitch. Z.
How old are you?
Z. Z. A Z.
Yeah. Ma'am, I'm asking you a simple question. Okay, so you're pretending like you're crazy, but you're not.
I'm crazy.
Are you intoxicated right now?
Very.
How much you have to drink?
Drink. I don't drink.
What'd you smoke?
Well, what do you smoke?
I don't smoke anything. What'd you smoke?
Attention zone to Walmart, Orlando Market right now. Right. See? Right now.
What's the seat? What's that?
That's my sister. Where's the dog?
Draco, her dog bit
He's going with animal control. He's bit 4 people, so.
Wyatt, what the f?
Okay, yeah, I'll talk to her.
Talk to her.
Yeah, just roll the window up.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? We're trying to figure out what's to do right here.
God.
Is your sister?
Yay.
How old is your sister?
She's 18.
Okay.
The question, are you diagnosed with any mental illnesses, isn't meant to build a case against her. It's a mandatory procedural question Florida police have to ask before taking anyone into custody to determine whether that person needs to be sent for a mental health evaluation under the Baker Act, the law that allows an involuntary hold for psychiatric evaluation instead of straight to jail. Her mocking answers make the question look like a joke, but the fact that the officer keeps calmly asking it anyway shows this is a step that can't be skipped, no matter how the person being asked is behaving. The dog, Draco, was taken by Animal Services after being confirmed to have bitten at least 2 people. But the most notable part of this entire case has nothing to do with the dog. Read that outcome closely, and there's something worth sitting with. She wasn't prosecuted because her dog bit people. That's Animal Services' job, handled through administrative citations. She got arrested by police for her own conduct, refusing to stay put, walking off multiple times, not complying with a lawful order. 2 entirely separate legal tracks were running side by side at the exact same scene, one for the animal, one for the human, And in the U.S., without violence doesn't mean without breaking the law. If Case 1 showed just how thin the line is between a mistake and a felony, and Case 2 showed that whoever speaks up first isn't necessarily the one who's right, Case 3 closes out with a lesson that's simple but easy to miss. Sometimes what actually gets you in trouble with the law isn't the original incident at all. It's how you react to the people trying to sort it out.